restarting.
Alright, I've tried figuring out the
issue with the voice.
with the voice. I think it might be fixed now. The global settings in open broadcast.
Africa 0 entered channel.
The settings in open broadcast don't say from setting to setting, so it's just got all these settings and then pretty much universal options for that. So they need to redo it for everything you do.
Africa 0 moved to Abigail's Mumble server.
Okay, so voice should be up now. Tejo versus Rain, or Emilio as is better known. Bonnie going.
Still going assault.
We are now live.
Still 2 assaults and 1 recon and NSF. Still a even balanced mix-up with Jinrai.
Yep.
Well, I'm not surprised. Where would they change that?
Yeah. Well, Rain might switch to recon later on, depending on what he gets.
Depending on how he feels in the situation.
He's pretty good with a shotgun as recon, so that might give him an edge.
Jinrai taking over garage.
NSF appears to be... Let's see, where's the NSF? And they're taking the above.
Blair doing the part he's doing best, waiting for people.
Yep, he takes that position quite a lot in PSLA. PSLA is a difficult map to keep a track of with 2 different levels, 3 choke points on each, making it a total of 6 choke points. A broad area for just a team of 3 to cover.
Jinrai moving as a balanced group through the alleys now. Having an eye on Ghost and taking down Emilio.
Emilio down. Bonnie going for a cap, but getting taken down by Rain.
Players now forced out of his spawn. Now all they have to do is cover the Ghost and be defensive.
Blair's passiveness has led to his team being killed and being the last one left.
Blair has to be really careful now, not to just run out and get killed, but he's trying so regardless.
Camping down. Rain finally firing Fury, but taking down Blair.
It was a nice effort, but not good enough.
So
Maybe he should have tried to retreat after that team kill.
First match goes to Rain's team.
Probably.
Rain sensibly choosing assault over recon.
Team lineup
Blair's
is
bot.
now.
Apparently the overlay is wrong.
Wrong. How so?
Oh, for fuck's sake. We'll go with
We're
overlay.
having
Yeah,
all kinds of
there
fun
wasn't a
technical
new
issues,
overlay
ladies and
made
gentlemen.
for this.
The team lineup is still the same in NSF and still the same in Gen.
Yeah, but the overlays show different teams.
Ah,
We'll go with
Blair
that
once
overlay
again.
today, but I've already gone over the teams.
Yeah. Looks like Bonnie is heading underground, splitting up from his team.
Jinrai as a whole unit again.
Blair is stopping his passiveness generally. No, he's just moved to a new spot. But him and Emilio are sticking together. Bonnie is...
NSF
Going
taking the
back.
lead.
Yep.
In this case, the best would be to just fall back and remain defensive.
Jinrai does have an advantage though, with Fury having access to smoke grenades. Assaults they'll have their front.
And with this,
And-
this round goes to
Yep.
NSF, tying it out for now.
Emilio interestingly is using the ZR carbine, which has proven to be not quite as good as the ZR silence, but still manages to use it proficiently.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly probably because of the rate of fire.
Likely.
The team lineup of NSF is still the same. So
Here's just rolling with what works. We'll see if Blair sticks with his team this round.
So we've got a close ghost, and
he's
line of camp
Blair running
picks
in
it
with a
up.
grenade.
trying to pull
Okay,
a nade
yeah.
rush here. Into the chair.
Yeah.
Emilio leading
Meanwhile,
the troop.
Jay.
Yeah, Tejo pushing up
Didn't
aggressively, as well as Blair as well. Oh,
Oof.
they were ready, they were anticipating that. Now it's just down to Bonnie, who's a recon. There's not much you can do now for flanking, now that they still got the Ghost. Man of Camping still on full health, not having to worry about having to drop the Ghost and find a weapon.
Rain scouting ahead, getting the orders from Man of Camping to try find him. Bonnie falling back to his own spawn, apparently. This basically now is a waiting out kind of situation. Either Bonnie tries to attack or they just wait it out.
The thing with Piss Alley, though, is that even if they have a direction of where you are, there's enough cover that you could be generally well hidden.
Yeah, it's quite... not too complicated, but not too straightforward either.
Yeah.
Bonnie heading straight back in head first. Rain takes him
And
down
Rain
through
getting
the
him
small
through
gap.
the crack.
Jinrai taking the lead, 2-1.
There's some good ghost play then by Man of Camping.
Too bad that the spectators cannot tap into the voice chats. Well, actually they could, but they're probably using Mumble.
Yeah, they probably got their own mumble.
Yeah, better quality, less
Man of
delay.
Camping, grabbing his ear long. Odd choice for this map.
Still having the same team lineup in Jinrai and NSF.
Hey.
Seems like both teams trust themselves with that lineup.
Blair is using an SRM. I don't quite understand that choice, but I guess the rate of fire and round capacity would be useful in this map.
Good for picking up recons.
Mm-hmm.
Man of
And they-
Camping with the Ghost again. He did a really good job last round, so he's...
They're just going for what works, I guess.
We're pushing forward for once, being in the enemy spawn.
They could try and go for a pincer attack by going, blocking them off and going from behind, but I don't think they'll go for it. Emilio looks like he's going to try and cut him off. Bonnie's not moving very quick. I guess he's just going as slow as he can to keep pace.
Well, there's not really a good way to pick up pace in these crooked corridors anyway.
True.
The only thing they
Jinrai
can do is
sticking
just
very
lock
close
down
together.
caps. NSF now at their own cap zones, trying to prevent it from being capped.
I honestly don't
Blair's
believe the
sitting in
intention
a
is to cap
odd
low
position.
with the Jinrai team. And besides,
Yeah.
they've
No,
got a
I think-
lead, and if they play defensively, the tie will only work in their favour.
Yep.
The best way is just to lock down the Ghost and wait it out for them to either come or just tie it. Which is why single point is devastating in such match.
Blair going for a very odd spot.
He probably didn't expect this change of events.
Likely not. Jinrai is content to just sit there for as long as possible.
The whole NSF team seems a bit disorientated.
It's those just losing the first round, I guess. Got to them.
As they just seem to shuffle through their spawn left and right now and then.
And Rain taking down Emilio. Bonnie
Going down, catching the tail end of Rain, but he left a grenade for him. Going down with
Play.
Fury.
And Fury taking up Blair.
Having an 8 kill in this match.
3-1, Jinrai NSF.
That was a
Having an 8
well-placed
kill in
nade.
this match makes me be really pleased. Being a nade rushing person myself.
Yeah. Man and Capping swapping out this ear long for the sheet silenced.
The setup of Rain's team reminds me of my match, especially with Fury playing as support.
Yeah.
He seems to be playing as Hatsuna did on Stealth team.
Bonnie seems
NSF
not too
is-
pleased.
Right. NSF is just not changing up their tactics very much, it seems.
At this point they might consider it being a bit more aggressive. Not too much.
Might work.
Man of Camping not really using the recon speed he's on, instead staying in the shadow of Fury. done. Rain takes down Blair. Close
Being
range
in
with
an
the
advantage
MX.
again.
Now that Rain's team have got an MX with them,
Emilio down to 2 HP.
well, 2 MXs, this puts them in a huge advantage, firepower-wise, especially on this map.
Emilio's the last one, 2 HP. This could
Being
not go
in this
well.
position is quite the most fucked up situation for that kind of place ever.
Right. Emilio's only chance right now is either to get the drop on each and every single one of them, or to hope they all cluster
Producer,
up and toss a frag.
Teja's playing issues. Should probably ask him what's up.
I think the one he's speaking of is being the last one alive with 2 HP. But we should check.
Yeah, I was thinking he was actually meaning that he's
Yeah,
having issues with
Producer
just being...
inquire either way, even if he is just dicking around.
Yeah.
Man,
You'll
camping back to use the ZR long.
Yeah, it's an unusual choice for this map.
Rain has been consistently going assault. He doesn't feel the need to swap it up any.
Blair now choosing support with the
Yeah.
MX, wanting to match that firepower. Teja still using the ZR carbine unusually.
Very odd choice. I'd expect a Super 7 at this point.
Oh
to,
right, he's just
even
yeah,
the firepower.
don't worry about it.
I figured that much. I just... I don't know, it didn't seem like anything's wrong.
Yeah, we should probably ask anyway, but Teja has a preference over our shield server. Blair taking down Fury in a 1v1 support scenario. Down on half health, but that MX helping him out.
Smoking up the flanks.
Of course, Rain
Giving
can
him the
counter that.
advantage.
Yeah, Rain can counter her support with his MX.
But not the smoke, unfortunately.
Moving back to their spawn. Man camping has a det pack laid down. I assume at the ghost.
He's already triggered it. It didn't net him any kills, but it might have dissuaded the NSF team from moving up, giving Jinrai some breathing space.
NSF having the advantage for now. Actually just need to play defensive to capture that point for themselves.
Looks like the Jinrai team is moving underground, possibly hoping to get behind and flank the enemy team.
Yeah, the basement is used far less than the
Market.
ground floor.
Yeah.
All they need to do now is hope that their commotion is not hearable from the top level. As the NSF is really not doing anything at all.
Hey, it looks like Bonnie's covering back. He's not. Somebody would be keeping an eye on that.
Blair doing what he's doing best.
They've got that section of the map on lockdown of the NSF team,
Right.
which the idea is probably to force the Jinrai team to defend.
Emilio taking on Rain, doing more damage, and Bonnie taking down Rain, and Emilio taking down Man, which brings it to 42.
Kind of camping using the ZR long, being completely outgunned.
If they can keep up that play, they might actually get the points back they need.
Aye.
Might.
The main problem before was that Bonnie keeps going off on his own, so when they need assistance, he's not there to give it.
Apparently. Jinrai now has 2 recons, which is Rain and Man
Oh
of
dear.
Camping.
NSF
Rain
team
possibly
choosing-
going for a dead rush.
Yeah,
if I know
NSF
him.
team is choosing to ignore the ghost as well, and with recon on the Jinrai team, this could backfire.
NSF better hope they can see that.
Rain already putting down the debt.
Emilio tossing a frag. Might catch Rain.
Man of
Ew.
Camping taken down by Emilio with an aid.
Emilio might get cocky here though and not notice the debt until it's too late.
Man of Camping did choose the ZR long again, which is still as baffling
Very
as
odd
ever.
choice.
Okay,
Rain
Tejo,
and,
Bonnie heading back to the ghost now, wisely. Rain staying in the shadow of his teammate Fury. He's broken off now, going to the north. Blair
Blair.
holding the L corridor on their spawn side. Or Z corridor, rather. It's more shaped like a Z.
Moving up. So depending on this one.
Fury peaked real fast. Got some suppressing fire on himself. Probably
Blair
confirming
went in
that
a
people
bit.
are out there.
Rain's now moving around to the southwest exit
Blair
onto the
taking
road.
down Fury in a 1v1.
It's now Rain versus the whole NSF team. The Ghost is still pretty close to the cap zone. It could like whip it underneath their nose, but no, they've picked it up now.
No.
They'll find him soon enough.
Rain moving in real quick, hopefully taking down the Ghost Carrier and his protection.
Okay, the Ghost
but
Carrier should be able to see him now. There's plenty of time.
He's very vulnerable.
Rain
Taking
takes
down
down
the first
Bonnie.
Bonnie,
Good
not
headshot
expecting
there.
that.
The ZR carbine.
Still a bit more than half
Rain
of his health.
can easily see Blair right there, which is one of the main issues
That
with
is-
that spot.
Really well done by Rain. Now, if this is a tie, this could work in his favour, but Tejo has picked up a MX now.
It's down to Emilio and Rain. Rain has a camping spawn. He also appears to be armed with a frag grenade, which might give him an advantage.
It's jumping out, checking real quick, hiding behind a different car to have a better view.
If he moves quick enough, he could actually get a cap,
And no, I
but he'd have to be really careful.
Teo has his eyes on it. I don't think that would work out.
It's out on the street, which is dangerous. That's
Right.
open ground. Tejo now moving
Emilio
up towards.
moving in,
Yep.
wasting a frag, or smoke rather.
100
Trying
feet.
to suppress him, but it doesn't work because it still works in Rain's favor regardless.
Rain's cloaked and still, knowing that Tejo's probably an assault, but there we go, there's the tie. Is there going to be a post-round point in this for either team? Rain nets himself
Rain.
that.
That's it.
Rain's now almost towards Lieutenant. He's playing really well.
Looks like Rain is going to
I'm very eager to
move
find
back to
out
assault.
if he's going to move to assault taking the AA when he reaches Lieutenant or he's going for something else.
He'll likely go for the SRS because he is very good with that weapon.
There are not too many long corridors, so it's mostly about reflexes when he takes that. Which might be a
He-
risk at some point, because a miss can be devastating on that range.
He uses it a lot in Rise in the close quarters, so I don't think he'll have any qualms with using it on Piss Alley.
I guess we just have to wait.
I think Rain
Yep.
choosing assault now tells us a bit about his recon play. I guess it was supposed to be spontaneous.
It's certainly through a
Rain just survives that nade, taking 81 damage. Fury throws out
Emilio taking
a
down man.
smoke, taking lots of damage. This puts the Jedi team in a really bad way. Now both
Emilio's down
heavily
49.
damaged.
Bonnie, the only one still around, or actually Bonnie and Blair, both have 100 HP. If Blair were to flank around, he could probably catch out Fury.
Trying to just lock down everything, checking that here and there to just pick them one by one.
Yep.
Even though Fury is just remaining defensive himself.
Tejo slowly moving up with mid health.
Rain having a really gnarly camping spot in this case.
Between the bikes is pretty handy. You just gotta make sure you don't get trapped in them. They're both his objects, which you can easily get stuck inside.
Looks like
I
Blair's
fell
moving in.
so often for that trap. Just somebody sitting in that corner. And
Rain
Blair
takes
fell
down
for it.
Ooh.
Counters Blair's support.
And
And
Tejo's
Tejo's
going
down as
down.
well.
Giving Jinrai the advantage.
All
And
three of
taking
them,
out a
an
third
ace
one.
by
The entire
Rain.
NSF team, they just weren't expecting anyone to be behind that.
Like I said, that's really a gnarly camping spot. I fell for it so
Yes.
often, so I'm not surprised that they did too.
Rain
Can't
nets
blame him
himself
for it.
an ace there, which is brilliant for him. Now putting him at Lieutenant. Will he pick the SRS, or we see some SRS play by Rain? He's got a significant lead.
Yep.
He's picked the
There it is.
SRS.
There we go.
CQC SRS. We'll see how this goes
Man
for
of camping,
Rain.
swapping to assault with an MX silenced. I guess he figured the ZR long wasn't doing it for him.
Surprised Bonnie pushed into that corridor after both his teammates were mowed down.
I guess he expected Rain to be reloading at that time, but it was still a pretty bad move.
It's just the same with Counter-Strike and the op. People keep running in.
Everyone knows you wait till they kill everyone.
Both teams play rather defensive at the moment, not falling in
Man
too much.
camping. Heading back to his team now.
Yeah, Rain's playing much more passively now with the limitation of his weapon.
Fury going for the longest corridor he now.
Well,
Although the right side corner might give him some trouble.
Blair can easily kill Rain as well.
Aye.
With as support, it just SRS bullets just bounce off that guy.
considering that Rain doesn't need to play actively anyway, this gives him a really good position in this whole situation.
Well, we know how quick Rain can get off shots with the SRS, so even if it takes 2 hits, it might not matter.
So play for
Basically-
the Jinrai team has slowed down completely, and even the NSF team have slowed down. So for now, we're not getting much happening. They are slowly moving up with the NSF team.
Basically what they need to do is just let them pick up the ghost and try to go for it, or just wait it out.
And camping take down Bonnie.
Yeah, that was a weird move by Bonnie
Emilio
there.
taking down man and camping.
After his teammate took damage and killed, he
dear.
didn't fall back.
Rain taking down Emilio through the gap, and now it's down to Blair and Rain. Rain having the advantage both in firepower and help.
Although, yeah, see how this goes.
And oh, Blair just barely
Quick
got
switch
it
there with the weapon. You see as he switches to his secondary and back to the SRS, giving him a second shot quicker.
Rain
Being-
could actually just go for the... Oh, okay, he did it. He could go for
And
the ghost and now
I don't
just
think
run.
Blair's noticed either because of the, oh, there.
Yeah, he's not noticed, and this will
He
give
can't catch up
Jinrai
at all.
a further point advantage now. Well, actually, no, because his teammates are dead, so it'll only go towards him.
This is the famous snowball effect.
And
happening here.
we've got 6-3. Fury halfway to getting, or 5 points away from getting the lieutenant. Bonnie still a corporal. He's just not having a lot of luck today.
This whole situation just turned really sour.
I guess Bonnie's inactivity playing recently has hurt him a lot more than he might have anticipated. He's not been
Right.
playing at all for at least 2
No
months.
recons anymore. 2 assaults and
Mhm.
1 support on Jin, so goes that for NSF.
It looks to be a very solid team makeup.
Yeah, just in this case, I would have gone for 3 supports on Jin just to hold it out and be very defensive. Or 1 like assault for the SRS in this case.
Possibly.
Fury choosing the MX silence, still the standard MX for the support. Advantage being of that.
Rain not using the SRS, oddly.
Muzzle flash in smoke is very visible. It lights up the whole thing.
Right.
So if you put smoke down, it helps.
Emilio taking down man and camping with a grenade.
I'm pretty sure Rain didn't take the SRS in this case to have some faster firepower in situations like that.
The Ghost is on the NSF side, so maybe the intention is being play offensively towards the Ghost again, but NSF team have fallen back now.
They have the advantage and might grab the point at this rate.
They might think it's the safest option, and right now, I have to agree.
They might as well just try to always pick out 1 person that breaks off and then fall back until they tie up or actually win. Which will
Okay.
be really hard because they have to pull that off every single round.
Their current spawn, actually, they could easily grab the Ghost and move it to their subway cap zone, and easily cover it there.
The risk of that being, though, that the Ghost is right next to the
Yeah,
castle. But the Jinrai team have
Double
moved up
edge.
through the basement on the south side.
Fury smoking the exit.
Now this is where his MX silence might come into his own. Blair's away, so he won't be able to counter that smoke that Fury's just put down, but he will be able to see it.
However, the release of the smoke will have notified the NSF team as to the location.
Right now, waiting for his teammate to move up, and he'll be shortly
Fury moving
behind him.
in.
Okay, so Fury is moving in
Ooh.
quickly.
Emilio and Bonnie in ambush positions waiting.
He takes him down.
Emilio's
Fury
taken
checking
down.
his corners
Bonnie
brilliantly.
forgot to check.
And Rain takes down
Rain
Bonnie,
down Bonnie.
leaving Blair by himself. That was some great caution.
No chance.
Yeah, going for the cap.
No chance.
Blair comes
Blair's
up.
there.
Rain's only got a Tachi at this point.
Oh.
It was probably a
Blair
bad idea for Rain to
almost.
engage. That's a real shame for the Jinrai team. They were doing so well. I think Rain got a little bit trigger happy.
I think Bonnie just wasn't paying attention when Fury came in.
Rain, of course, could have picked up the ghost and ran towards the subway cap,
Right.
as we highlighted earlier, away from Blair.
Even if he was without a teammate, he's fast enough to outrun this support.
So that gives a point in NSF's favour and puts their points up, so they have 2 sergeants. Now still, Bonnie, still on call for.
Poor boy.
The team lineups remain the same. Lineups, sorry.
Yep.
Man of campaign choosing the M41 now. Seems to prefer
Odd
the more
choice.
long-range weapons. Blair's
A lot of players seem to be using the M41 more for some reason.
Rain also not using the
it's
SRS
cool,
once
it's a bit
again.
useless. It's
It
pretty
is a bit
cool.
useless, which is sad.
Yeah, I wish it was a bit better. Blair now reverted back to assault, picking the MX.
Rain sitting behind another motorcycle, knowing not many people are going to look there.
Rain in his spots, he normally likes to scout out all the maps
Aye.
for various places that he can use to his advantage.
These spikes are really places you need to check every time.
Yeah,
It used to be way on the server. It was CVG, one of the old servers that had collision on. You used to be able to get recons up on the shop window balconies.
you can still do it depending on the placement of the stools. It's if the stools are underneath
Yeah.
the shop balconies, then you're just going to hit your head. But there are some which are slightly out of it. You can just about make it on.
Yeah.
The map falls silent. No
Bonnie
one really.
significantly may be bored by just jumping, spinning in circles, and now changing positions.
Man in camping, taking up one of Blair's spots.
Either bored or nervous he is. Now going back to his actual spawn.
Both teams are just camping it out. Jinrai probably hoping for an easy win if they can take down someone just one person. Although right now it looks like it's just going to be a tie.
Which works in the Jinrai's favor anyway, making them
Yeah.
win. Time's
I know.
running short.
Yeah, NSF are going to have to do something.
All they need is one frag, but right now Rain has a perfect look down that hallway.
Blair peeks out, taken
Gets
out
pinged a
half health
bit.
by Rain. He's got his nade, he's
Blair probably
considering
hoping
it,
for
but he
frag.
puts it down. Fury now, knowing their position, probably relayed by Rain to his team, is moving around now towards them.
I just realized, you know, that this assaults, which is a poor decision on their part when they're up against a support. At least one support usually helps, especially in such this instance because of Rain's line of sight.
Yeah, Blair had a way to counter Fury when he was playing support, but now they don't.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go, there's a tie. Well, Jinrai favour.
And a post point from Fury, taking down Blair.
It probably won't.
Oh,
Team
and
kill by Bonnie on his
losing a
teammate
point by
Tasia.
killing Emilio.
Yep.
But that
Jinrai
gives
wins
Jinrai the win.
6-3.
That was well played there by Jinrai team.